I first got affiliated with ACC when we had one very, very critical player that we needed who had a horrendous back issue. He was a key player for Vietnam, a key player that was just starting with our team. And in connection with ACC, Nguyen was able to not only get better, but actually play competitively throughout the rest of the season. He was seen by the doctors at ACC on a continual basis. They were calling, making sure that he was getting better and improving. And what we thought of just helping him to survive actually came that he became a very competitive player by the end of the season. He had a herniated disc. Stefan had a herniated disc in his back that when it would flare up, it would make it very, very painful, and at times he was not able to move. So from not being able to move to playing competitive professional basketball was a massive feat, and again, this would not have been possible without ACC. The very first time that we got him to see professionals, we took Stefan to some doctors here in the city, and it was recommended right from the very start that the discs were herniated so badly that he'd need surgery in order to function, not even play, just to function. So being an athlete myself, I know that any kind of surgery is very invasive, and the healing process, the possibility of it re-injuring, it's a very dicey situation to try and go into surgery right away. So anything that we could do without surgery would be a benefit not only for him as a person, but also as a player. One thing I really enjoyed about working with ACC is that they were very positive and current with their practice in helping with therapy and helping the players. There was many times that I've worked with chiropractors and doctors in the past, and their remedies were always reactive. Something had to happen in order for a person to get treatment. When working with ACC, they would come into our locker room. If a person needed an adjustment before they had to play, if they had some sort of stress on a muscle or some area of the body, we had people there at the moment who could work on the situation and allow them to perform and prevent actual bigger problems from happening. The doctors at ACC would show up to our games in advance for our warm-ups. They were there for basically the problem players that we had, injured players that we had, but they were also there to see any other players that had any kind of situations that needed addressing before the game. They came in dressed professionally, they worked with our players, they were on our bench, they were there for any kind of situation that would arise. And me personally being the athletic trainer for the team, I thought it was a perfect match for myself, working with professional doctors that knew how to work with athletes. It's a different kind of situation working with someone who just has a plaguing problem, but these people not only have to function, but they also have to function at a high level because they get paid to play. So it was so good for me to have a group of people that knew what I knew and could work with the players and could also see things in advance of them happening. So there's a lot of situations where we're helping players that were injured, but many, many times that we were preventing further injuries or more injuries from happening as well. One thing that really helped us out this year is what ACC brought to us with foot orthotics. We have a player that came in with a very bad torn Achilles tendon, Moses. And again, one of those things that was career-ending. Having ACC treat his condition, work with him with the foot orthotics, was just one player that it helped immensely to not only perform, but perform at the highest degree possible for our league. But culturally, we have a lot of Vietnamese players on our team that have flat feet. And foot orthotics is one of those things that will not only improve their condition for playing, but their posture and everything gets improved with proper foot orthotics and footwear and everything that they have to do, because it starts from the base up. One of our best players, David, another fellow who has bad feet, bad arches, dropped arches, Vietnamese descent, and so with that, foot orthotics is one of those things that saved him not only for structurally, but his endurance and everything that he needs to do to perform was greatly enhanced with the foot orthotics.